great comic closing out the night. Please make a whole bunch of noise for Jimmy Sorrentino!
So I am a feminist, and that weirds a lot of guys out. But that's cool to me because I've never really fit in with most guys anyway. Like, for one thing, I don't drink. And that really confuses a lot of other guys. Like, you don't drink. I'm like, how do you get drunk? I guess it's a fair question. But part of being a feminist, spreading equality, is understanding that there are differences between men and women, and we have to accept that. Like, there's differences between our brain functions. Specifically, men have very little. There's... And what I mean by that, I've seen a lot of studies. I'm a psychology graduate, and there's studies that when a woman's brain is at rest, there's still as much blood flow and neuron activity in her brain as a man's brain when we're trying to solve a moderately difficult problem. Conversely, when a man's brain is at rest, there's barely enough blood in there to keep us fucking conscious. And we're lucky that there's enough neurons firing to remind us to breathe. That's not a comforting thought to have as a guy, to know that if I'm not actively trying to solve a problem, my brain is this close from going, you know what sounds really good? Coma. Still all the way with it. But what does this all mean? What does this mean? It means that women are always thinking about something, analyzing everything a mile a minute. It's like, oh my god, I really like Jack, but I don't know if he likes me. I mean, I know he likes me, but I don't know if he likes me. And what did Nancy mean when she said that I have nice shoes? Did she mean that she likes my shoes, or did she mean nice shoes, whore? Am I smarter? And first of all, yes, you are, and if any guy ever tells you you're not, he's not worth your fucking time. But it also means that men can completely shut down. And I'm talking flip the main breaker, boom, total blackout. And I gotta say, it's a pretty neat ability to have sometimes. Don't get jealous, ladies, we can't all be idiots. I hurt my own feelings. Let's use a different analogy. Let's use a TV analogy, right? It's like a woman's brain is kind of like when you're channel surfing really fast. There's a million things hitting you at one time. It's like, tonight on a very special Law and Order, all this and more, news at 11, SpongeBob SquarePants! It's like, oh my god, there's so much in my head! Whereas a guy, we're more like a channel that's mostly static. Every once in a while you catch a blip of something, but it's never going to be anything insightful or mature. It's going to be like, poop deck. Have you ever seen a guy like staring off at nothing, randomly laugh like, serves a purpose. That blip is a random neuron firing in our brain so that it doesn't give up and die. It's the biological equivalent of like having to run your tap water when it's really cold out so the pipes don't freeze and explode. It's that little neuron that fires so that your brain's not like, dude, there's not a lot going on up here. I've got to do something. I'm going to have an aneurysm just for a change of scenery. So it has to happen. You have to have those. They're important, but sometimes they can get us in trouble. And like, but like girls, they don't understand that we can think of nothing because they're not capable of it. They're always thinking of something. Everybody's had this conversation where a girl's like, honey, what are you thinking? And I goes, nothing. Don't say nothing. You can't be thinking about that. Because she doesn't understand, but we are fully capable of that, ladies. I'm sorry. The joke is on you. We are far dumber than you give us credit. I hurt my feelings again. But that happens, man. Women don't understand it. And like, but sometimes if a girl asks you what you're thinking, a guy's brain will respond like go into emergency mode. You get a blip, but it's just this random neuron firing, like this oh shit neuron, think of something. But it's never gonna be insightful, it's never gonna be relevant. So please, for the love of God, guys, don't vocalize it. And girls, don't get mad. If a guy tells you he's thinking about nothing, don't get mad. Just be glad that there's enough brain activity to stop him from quietly shitting his pants. Don't vocalize it, alright? Take my story as an example. I was laying in bed with my girlfriend, cuddling after a little game of badminton, and she asked me, she goes, honey, what are you thinking about right now? And my brain went, oh shit, and I went, RoboCop. Like, I mean, he's part man, part machine, all cop. There's a lot to ponder there. But she didn't buy it, and I still got in trouble. But speaking of being in trouble, if you ever get in trouble and you get arrested and you want to get on parole, you have one of the things to get on parole is you gotta get a job. You gotta get a job to get paroled. Now I bring this up because I was reading the news earlier today. Turns out Leslie Van Houten is coming up for parole. Now for those of you that don't know, Leslie Van Houten's one of the Manson family killers. Alright? Now, she can't get a job because job applications all have that one pesky little question. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? If yes, please explain. I'd like to be the hiring manager at that interview, man. That'd be weird, right? To be like, hey, so welcome. I'm Dave, and your name is. Let me look at the application here. Leslie. Is it Leslie or Leslie? It is Leslie. Okay, good. I like to ask. I'd hate it if people called me Dov. Let's just look at your application here. You can work nights, good. You can work weekends, good. You convicted of a felony, okay. You can work holidays. Oop, wait. Let's go back. On the question about whether you're convicted of a felony or not, you checked yes. That was a mistake, right? No. Well, I'm sure it wasn't anything nightmarishly horrific or anything. So let's just read your explanation right here. In the 1960s, I stabbed actress Sharon Tate 16 times and cut her unborn child from the womb at the request of Charles Manson. Well, on the positive side, it seems like you're real good at taking directions. We have a position for you here at Cutco. And she'd be like, oh, yeah, no, I see that. But we really like to emphasize how our knives can cut tomatoes, not babies. So, we find a new job. When I was back in college, one time, one of my assignments, I had to write a 1,000-word essay. But I just turned in a picture. Because I had been led to believe they were of similar value. Turns out a picture's not worth 1,000 words, a picture's worth an F. Thank you very much for your time.